Hello, TinaO here from TinaO Life. This is video number 3 or 4, I think, on that money, 3 on that money thing. And it's funny, I've been uploading all of the triathlon videos to YouTube, and I think I've got 6 of them up now. And they're so different from these, right? They're so on that last journey that you came on with me, they were so sweaty and I'm totally in my body. So there's this kind of electricity to them. I'm moving all the time. I look kind of like a crazy scarecrow woman with hair everywhere. And this particular series is totally different. And I think because the last one I was operating totally out of my body, it has a different energy, a different sort of connection to you. But these ones, I think these are probably in, so I do this whole thing about mindset, soul set, skill set, body, the 4 engines of alignment. And so I'm going to guess that this one has got to be in the mindset, and sometimes not quite soul set. I'm not somewhere in that land, right? That sort of mindset and then unconscious land of soul set, I'm going to say. So they feel different. And so listen, here's my deal about today. Last night, I was in a really yucky place. And so this whole money conversation has brought up all kinds of crazy stuff. Not crazy, like it's not crazy, just big stuff. I had an amazing conversation with Julia Chung yesterday with the support of Shannon from JYC Financial. And, she asked me, so what was your money story and what is your money story now? And I've heard all that stuff before. I've done The Millionaire Mind. I've read the book. I did another really great money course. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. Catch Fire University, which was terrific. And I can't think of his name right now. I can't think of the couple. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting on my porch. Forgive me. I met them through the Millionaire Mind, and they were fantastic. They were like the beginning of my sort of financial questions and journey into this whole story. So everybody's got one, and I've had this thought before. I'm like, okay, well, what is my sort of foundational money story? That when I think about what I think about money, what's that sort of image that comes to mind? And I've never been able to sort of land on it. And then last night, oh my gosh, I swear to God, I'm lying in bed with Todd. We're in a tough place because, of course, when you're dealing with money stuff, it brings up, some really primal things in you. So there's the whole survival instinct. There's, trying to keep your head above water. And so somebody has to be wrong, and it sure as hell ain't going to be you. And then, there's the going to your own island, meaning you're not working together anymore. And actually, he said this really interesting thing. We've been together for a long time now. And he said the thing that we do, because we're both kind of alpha types and we island out. That's what we do, right? Like we go to our own corners. And he said that he goes invisible and I go inaccessible. And I was like, ooh, that's good. And so bang on. So there I was last night in inaccessible land. And I said, all of a sudden it kind of erupted out of me because I've been holding on super tight, like no one's getting in. I'm not going to share anything. Whatever, which you would never guess about me, right? I'm kind of an open book. But sometimes, I'm just as defended as anybody else. Of course, human, hello. And I said, I just don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to fight. I don't want to scramble. I don't want to chase. I don't want to hold on to. I don't want to worry about anymore. And I caught this image of being 17 years old, 2 days after graduation. I was so done living at home. I was getting out of there. And the apartment I was moving into was in the West End. It was $400 a month. And I had my $200 damage deposit in cash. So I worked a number of jobs when I was in high school, over 25 years ago. I had a number of jobs, and I had $200 cash that I'd probably pulled out of the bank on 49th and Fraser, which is where I lived. And I was so nervous and excited and scared and no idea what I really was thinking. And I was crossing the street with my friend Gio, and we're at 49th and Fraser, and the light turned green to walk. Or maybe it was just turning, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Either way, it was either just turning red or just turning green, but I stepped off the curb, and a gust of wind came, and it blew my only $200 that I had for my first apartment into the traffic. And I had that thought that, oh my God, what am I going to do? This is all the money I have. I'm moving out in 2 days. I've got to go and see this woman. I've got to give her the money. And where am I going to live? And what am I going to do? And I've got to get the money. I've just got to get that money. And so Gio and I managed to scramble in the intersection and grab the money, and pulled it all together. And so, of course, I was able to pay my damage deposit and move into this place, which I only lived there for 2 months. But that's the feeling that I have inside when I have to hit send on any order, or when I have to, commit to the payment, the online payment, or whenever I have to send money anywhere or pay money anywhere, unless I'm maybe at a store, I don't really feel like that. But when I'm having to pay it online or something, I feel like that. So that's the money imprint that's been dogging my trail, that I'm now sitting with and healing with, and recognizing that that's a 17-year-old girl running the show now. I have a 17-year-old girl moving out who's been running my financial life forever. So there's the next set of work. So I share this with you because I want you to know that you're not your story. You're just a jumble of all of them. And I don't know what your money story is, but have a look and see who's running your financial ship. And hopefully for you, it's not a 17-year-old girl with the only $200 she has in her life, walking across a busy street, getting blown by the wind, only to scramble and pick it up in the intersection. Who's holding your money? Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, thanks for listening.